Imagine being 100 for points behind in the championship. Everyone says the title is over. Even you say the title is over. And then, somehow, you arrive at the final race of the season just 12 points away from the leader. This is not a movie. This is Max Verstappen's 2025 comeback arc, and it all comes down to Abu Dhabi. Let's rewind. Mid-season, McLaren were cooking. Oscar Piastri and Lando Norris were destroying everyone. Max, buried. More than 100 points off the lead. Red Bull on the back foot. The internet spamming Max era over memes. Even headlines said it. Max Verstappen 100 for points. Behind, title hopes basically finished. But if there's one thing F1 should have learned by now, it's this. You never, ever count Max Verstappen out. Race after race, Max started clawing it back. Wins, podiums, savage strategy calls, while McLaren tripped over bad luck, DNFs, and that wild Las Vegas disqualification drama. Max just kept farming points, and now, after Qatar, here's where we stand. Heading into Abu Dhabi, the final race, Lando Norris has 408 points. Max Verstappen has 396 points, just 12 behind Norris. And Oscar Piastri is on 392 points, only 16 behind Norris, and for behind Max, from 100 for points down to just 12. If Max pulls this off, it might be the craziest title steal since 2010. Yas Marina, it's the final round. 3 drivers, 1 title. Norris, Verstappen, Piastri, and yes, all 3 can still be world champion. But here's the fun part. Even though Lando leads, Max is still the most dangerous man on this grid. Alright, Max fans, this part is for you. Here is exactly how Max Verstappen becomes a 5-time world champion in Abu Dhabi. He becomes champion if he wins the race and Lando Norris is not on the podium. So if Max is P1 and Lando finishes P4 or lower, Max is champion. If he finishes P2, Max is champion if Lando is P8 or lower and Oscar does not win. If he finishes P3, Max is champion if Lando is P9 or lower and Oscar does not win. In simple terms, if Max wins, he needs Lando to have a bad race. If Max doesn't win, he needs Lando to fall out of the points properly and Oscar to stay behind him. So yeah, Max's life would be easier if he just wins the race, which, let's be honest, is exactly his plan. Lando is still in the best position on paper. If he just finishes on the podium, he's automatically world champion no matter what Max or Oscar do. And even if he's lower than P3, there are a bunch of backup scenarios where he can still win, as long as Max and Oscar don't both pop off. Oscar, he's the ultimate chaos option. He must finish right at the front. If Oscar wins, he needs Lando to finish outside the top 5. If Oscar is P2, he needs Norris to be P10 or lower and Max off the podium. Translation, if Oscar wins, Max fans are going to be watching the timing tower like a heart rate monitor. Here's what makes this finale so crazy. All 3 have 7 wins this season. All 3 have had moments where they looked untouchable. And now we arrive at Yas Marina, with the gap between first and third only 16 points. 1 safety car, 1 bad pit stop, 1 tiny mistake. That's all it takes to flip this championship upside down. Let's talk about Max for a second. At one point this season, he was 100 for points off the lead. People said the Red Bull era was finished. They called it the start of the McLaren dynasty. But Max did what Max always does. He turned the second half of the season into a revenge tour. If he pulls this off in Abu Dhabi, if he really turns a 104-point deficit into a 5th straight world title, we're not just talking about a comeback. We're talking about one of the greatest championship steals in F1 history. From it's over to how is he back here again, that's the Max Verstappen experience. Picture lap 1. 20 cars, night race, Yas Marina under the lights. Norris on edge, Piastri with nothing to lose, Max in full final boss mode. Will McLaren use team orders? Will Red Bull go for a crazy undercut? Will the safety car turn everything into last lap chaos again? What if the title is decided by 1 overtake in the final few laps? So, who are you backing? Drop it in the comments right now. Team Max, Team Lando, or Team Oscar? Because as soon as that checkered flag drops in Abu Dhabi, we're going to be spamming the wildest memes, breakdowns, and reactions. From 100 for points behind to the brink of history, can Max Verstappen finish the ultimate comeback? We're about to find out.